time that we worked with Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra was at the height of his creativity and his everything, popularity, power, whatever you might want to call it. And he chose Basie to accompany him at this place in Las Vegas, the Sands. Out of this came the classic album, Sinatra, Basie at the Sands. But I might add that the band was very, very good. It was technically, we were clean. I mean, you just sat on the bandstand and you just, sometimes I couldn't wait to get to work. That's how good I thought we sounded. And so all through these 60s, we kind of lived with that type of thing, and we were on television a lot. We did several successful movies.
There is work to be done, but it's more like a barrel of fun when you sing with the #1 band in the land that trumpets blow. Come along, let's go. Hey, leader. Say, leader. Come, Basie, sing up the band.
In the 1960s, Basie began to be recognized and appreciated as an important American artist. He played presidential balls and command performances for the Queen of England. But Basie didn't forget that jazz was the expression of a dance beat-oriented lifestyle, music for getting with it.
Listen to these guys playing. Mr. Basie would have a ball because they'd give him something every night. They'd give him something, and he'd laugh, and his foot would come off, and he'd throw his head back and laugh because he was pleased that marvelous solo work or something.
In the early 70s, Basie moved his family from New York to the Bahamas, where his wife Catherine hoped he would spend more time. He said it was the first time he felt like he had a home, not just a house. But to Basie, life was being on the road, and he hardly slowed down.
Basie came off after all of those years on the road. He was probably on the road 60 years, and all the situations and all of the adversities and all the successes there. You won't find too many people with too many bad things to say about him. Now that's some doing.
He was the only band leader that through the years I would go backstage and say hello to Basie because I knew he would be the same old Basie that I knew in 1936.
That's right.
He's the only one.
Never changed.
The only one. Let me tell you, and I played with, after I left Western, I played with them all, from Duke on down. I'd always go back and see Basie and say hello, and he greeted me wonderfully, just like he did when I first met him.
Did Basie retire? No, Basie, let me tell you something. It was January 1984, and Basie was quite sick. But somehow or another, you know, he was so famous and he was so determined. He could be backstage and he could just be seemingly terrible, but we would go out into the front and get behind that piano, and somehow or another, he would brace up and, you know, put that smile on everybody, and everybody thought he was okay, but he wasn't okay.
Basie was the greatest band leader of all time, as I reiterated before.
I second the motion.
Yeah.
I third the motion.
Yeah, what do you say?
There goes Hayward Henry.
Count Basie
Very
worshiped
close.
Duke.
Yeah.
And we were together on that, and we were good friends because of that. So along with Count Basie, I have to put Duke always.
Well, I have to be with you.
That guy, I think his music is the one thing that will never be forgotten in any kind of way. That's for me to think about, because it's I'm a band leader. Mm-hmm. And the only way I can do that is for me to stay happy. And for me to stay happy is I see some happy guys around. I mean, I think that can be one of the number one things that can happen in an orchestra. I mean, especially, like my type, if my band is happy and the guys are happy with each other, I mean, that's it as far as I'm concerned, because then you see that if there's any playing and any sound to be, you're going to get it.
Above all else, Count Basie's work is celebratory and earthy. His hallmark was simplicity, but an elegant simplicity that was the result of refinement and distillation. There is no better example of neatness and precision in the work of any artist in any medium. Nor has any other musician been more completely committed to the proposition of stomping, swinging, jumping, and dragging away the blues. Count Basie died in 1984, but the Count Basie Band is still touring today, and his music remains very much alive. It has earned him a place among the most illustrious of American musicians.
Count Basie's status as a great musician is based not on his extension and elaboration of particulars, as is the case of Duke Ellington and Louis Armstrong. His status is based on his refinement of the particulars that make blues music swing.
I left my baby standing in the back door crying. Yes, I left my baby standing in the back door crying. She said, son, you've got a home as long as I've got mine. When I leave you, baby, count the days I'm gone. When I leave you, baby, count the days I'm gone.
How do you want to be remembered?
2 words. Nice guy.
That was home to me, and I used to tell him all the time, if I'll never be out of a job as long as you have a band, because I'll just get on the bandstand with my horn and start playing, you know. And if you don't pay me, I'll just sleep with you, you know. So we used to have a lot of fun, you know, and that's what Basie was all about.
Thursday, a musical feast at Torre Scola's Le Bal. 5 decades of French history from the war years to the 70s. The French joie de vivre expressed through music and dance.
Une fleur de Paris, du vieux Paris qui sourit.
David Stratton presents Le Bal, a movie of the week, 8:30 Thursday. They've been called fascists and extremists. They describe themselves as monarchists, patriots, and anti-Semitic.
Концепция сионизма гласит о том, что все народы – это не что иное, как рабы, которые должны служить кому? Иудеям. И только иудеям.
Потому что здесь выходится дисциплина духа. Ну, разумеется, содержимое внутреннее, да? Мужчина должен быть мужчиной.
Our final cutting-edge documentary for the year, Hamet, Russia's Black Shirts, 8:30 Tuesday on SBS.
Daihatsu have built their reputation on practical, reliable